Hi, my name's Michelle. I thought losing my job was the end of the world. I was consumed with fear and panic. But when I finally let go of the fear and panic and embraced the unknown, something incredible happened. Not only did I get a new job that fell out of the sky, I got a 40% raise to boot. It's like the universe was rewarding me for trusting it. It's like the universe it's like the universe rewarded me It's like the universe rewarded my willingness to let go. So, what did I do? I got out my book called Letting Go by David Hawkins, and I used his procedure that he writes in pages 19 through 21 about how to let go of emotions. So, if you're going through the experience like I did, I'd love to share with you what happened with me, and then you can use it in your life and watch miracles happen. What I did is I read the book and I learned that when we are attached to things, that's when we get into trouble. And that's where we don't let go. We hold on to things and we create a lot of havoc. When we let go of our attachments to things outside of ourselves and remember that we get all of our love and everything we need from within us through the I am presence, which is in all of us, then miracles happen. I had nothing else to do. I had nowhere else to go. So sometimes when you are at the end of your rope, you do what you need to do. I made a list. I had 46 items of things I missed about my job, and they were attachments. And they went from easy ones, like I was attached to getting up and going up the elevator every morning. I had attachments to going into my desk, attachments to my computer. I had attachments to the people I worked with. I definitely had attachment to my paycheck. And I realized that I was getting a lot of my self esteem from outside myself and not inside of my heart. So I did this process with the 46 different items. And that is when miracles occurred. So, how did I do it? Well, I went into my room, which is quiet, and I didn't want anyone to bother me. I sat down in a comfy chair and I closed my eyes. Then I thought of something that upset me. And the first one I did was going up the elevator because I knew it was pretty easy to let go of and I wanted a quick win, to be fair. So I imagined going up the elevator and I felt the feeling inside me of never being able to go up the elevator again. And it gave me a prickling inside of my heart area. So I felt it and I continued to feel it, and I could feel the energy start to blossom, and there was like a feeling that was hot and a little prickly inside my chest. And then I noticed that I started to have thoughts about this, and my mind started going down rabbit holes about thoughts about being in this elevator. And that's when I knew, as David Hawkins says, that's your ego. And it's convinced that you have to keep this emotion in order to survive. And it's really trying to do you a favor. But I knew that I didn't need my ego to do me a favor anymore. So I let those ideas just go like clouds in the sky. And I came back to feeling that feeling. As I did this, it came to a crescendo, and then I could actually feel it start to melt away. And as it did, I felt this relief like, you know what? Yeah, you're not going up that elevator again, but who cares? You can go up lots of elevators. And it was gone. And then the anguish over that was gone. And remember, that was a tiny anguish. But I continued to do it over all 46 different items. And I was prepared to spend however long it took to get through this process because otherwise I was miserable. And as I've told you before, I have a bipolar condition in my brain. So I have a tendency to be depressed. And I know that's also an attachment. So I'm working on releasing my attachment for needing the depression as like an excuse. And that will continue to be released as well going through this process. At any rate, as I continued to go through this, I started to feel lighter and lighter and freer and calm, just really calm. I thought, no, Michelle, you'll do anything you need to do. It will be okay. And I got this funny idea. It just came to me. It was like about 4 days after doing this process. And I mean, doing it for an hour or an hour and a half sometimes. And I called my friend that I hadn't talked to for a long time. And she asked me about my job. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm not working there anymore. And she said, that is so interesting because I need someone at my office. I would love for you to come work for me. I didn't even ask. And she offered me a job at 40% more pay than what I was getting paid. I mean, this job fell out of the sky. And it just floors me to this day. I have a wonderful job. I have faith again in the divine presence inside me and inside all of us. And so I learned when I can just relax and trust that God does have a plan, the craziest doors open, wide open, and you just walk right through. So I wanted to share the story with you because everybody has crap happen in their life and you never know when it will occur. But we all have the ability to let go of these emotions that are holding us back. We all have the ability to feel peace and love and joy at any time. And as I've mentioned before on these videos, as you release these emotions, which are stored in different compartments of your brain, once the emotions are gone, the brain no longer has a need to create thousands and thousands and thousands of thoughts relating to that emotion. Once the emotion's gone, the brain is like, well, that chapter's shut, and you move on to something completely different. Now, as things start to relax and more emotions are released and surrendered, I'm finding that other techniques which have never worked for me before are working, like affirmations. They never worked before because I had all these emotions inside me that I was attached to, relating to I'm not good enough, I don't deserve it, I'm bipolar, I'm a weirdo, I look normal on the outside, but wait till you get inside my brain. But you know what? We all have issues. We all have a shadow side inside of us. And when we can incorporate the shadow side inside of us and let it relax and release and feel the joy of the I am presence of the universal love wash through us, miracles really do happen for all of us. I just wanted to share the story with you. The fear really is, oh my God, I won't have enough money, and then I can't pay for my home, and then what happens next? Then I'm homeless, and then I'm out on the street, and what happens after that? Well, then I don't have enough food, and what happens after that? Well, then I'm going to get sick, and what happens after that? And then I'm going to die, and what happens after that? And then I'm dead, and where am I? So it really always boils down to really a fear of death. And when we learn that about ourselves and realize that we're all just afraid of dying, but none of us actually do die, that our consciousness exists forever, then we can start to really let go and trust God and know that our lives are miraculous beyond measure and feel gratitude and peace and joy. I hope this helps you certainly as much as it helps me. I love teaching these things, and I hope and pray that you all find some peace and love and joy in your life. I thank you so much for listening to these little videos of mine. Please like and subscribe, and I know you also deserve and will be experiencing each and every moment the great abundance that is yours by divine right. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.